Okay, this is my first video of Ralphie. And Ralphie is about 14 weeks. He's a chocolate point. You can see he's very people oriented. This is his first time out where he's walking around, and I have him in the bathroom, and you can see that what he really wants to do instead of playing is to rub on me. Okay, now he's gonna go play toys. Ralphie is very vocal. He's not the best carrier rider in the world. He yells his head off when he's confined in a carrier. And you can see for a kitten, he's very, very people affectionate. He has a funny story, reminded me a lot of my own daughter. Story is that a young girl was walking home from school. I think she, was about 13 or so. And she found him and brought him home and said, "Mom, look what I found, can we keep him?" And of course, Mom was not so thrilled with that because they had pets of their own and didn't really need another one. So just so happened that a neighbor of theirs was a volunteer at the Baltimore Animal Care and Rescue Center in Baltimore. So they contacted her, and she took Ralphie in and knew that Barks, the shelter, had a Siamese rescue volunteer that worked there, or, that went in and did evaluations there. So they got a hold of her, and here's Ralphie, now in Siamese rescue. Oh, hard to sneeze there, buddy. This is so unusual for a kitten to want to rub on me this much when they're first out. Usually they get loose with toys and they just want to run, like my other foster, Ralphie. I mean Rowdy. This is Ralphie. Getting confused. Too many R's. So anyway, Ralphie is about 14 weeks. He still needs to be neutered. He's had his rabies already. He's had his first distemper. He's had his first worming. He had his bath. He basically just needs his neuter and his second distemper vaccine. He will need a total of 3, but his adopter can do the third one. And then he'll get checked out by my vet, and then he'll be ready to go home probably in 3 weeks, if he doesn't get sick. I am dealing with some loose stools right now, which is not uncommon in kittens, but we can easily clear that up. I'm going to try not to send him on a really long trip because of the fact that the carrier confinement upsets him so much. Now, he didn't get sick, he didn't pee, he didn't poop in his carrier, but he did yell his head off, and I mean yell his head off like you would have thought he was distressed for about 20 minutes of the ride to my house. And then he kind of settled down and would just get vocal intermediately. But I'm definitely not going to send him out of his transport area, and I really would like to keep him, to a shorter transport. Definitely not one of those long 12-hour ones, because I think it'll just be too much for him, because he just really hates the carrier. But look how affectionate he is. I mean, he is just rubbing all over me instead of playing, and it's just, you would think this was an adult cat instead of a kitten. I don't know if you can hear in the video, but he is just purring and purring away. He has a really loud purr. He weighs about 3 pounds, 5 ounces. He's got long legs, big ears, and a long tail. And you can see he just really loves his people, which, like I said, is so unusual for a kitten. Okay, now we can watch him playing. This is called a Star Chaser Turbo Scratcher. The ball lights up, and you have the cardboard scratcher in the middle. You can put some catnip on it. I'm sure he smells the catnip. And they usually really like this. They like anything with balls and tracks that they can bat around. He's playing with the tower of tracks now. And just purring away. I'm going to let this video go longer than I normally do, just because you haven't seen him playing that much. See that long whippy tail? He's a really pretty boy. He was really good for his bath. Good for his nail trim. He was really clean. No flea dirt on him at all. Ears were clean, no ear mites. So not sure how he got outside when the young girl found him, but does not appear he was out long. No microchip when he went into the shelter though, so no way to find out who he belongs to or if he belonged to anybody. I suspect he did, because he's very well socialized and loves people. That's him purring. That noise that you hear is him purring. Oh, and scratching. Hey, Ralph. Hey, Ralphie. He does not like to be alone, so I'm looking for a home for him where somebody's home a lot. He is not the kind of kitten that, you know, you can just leave if you work a 12-hour day. That's not going to be good for him. I also will not send him home as the only cat. Kitten policies do apply, so he needs another kitten or young cat to play with. In a few days, I'm going to introduce him to my other foster, Rowdy, to see how they do together. Boys usually play really well together. You don't have a lot of that snitty, snarky behavior that you sometimes have with girls, although with kittens, they do tend to usually always get along. So anyway, this is my Ralphie boy, and here he comes up my legs again.